Hey Bromigo Sans, this is Bannon. I have moved on from the Stuka and I'm working the JU-88. This is not going to be a how-to. This is basically going to just be a super quick how I developed some of my skills and pretty much how I'm learning. I was trying the diving of the JU-88. This plane can do high-level bombing, dive bombing, or just low-level bombing. Basically, I try to hone my skills eventually online because that's where the real challenges are in expert modes. So as this video progresses, you'll see an increase of accuracy and skill hopefully go up. I usually take the two heavy bombs, the 18K and the 1000K. I'm learning that my accuracy is basically what I've done is I've spammed about 50 missions on the quick mission editor, where you can just fly and set it up however you want to, and I'll just spam a mission until I can bomb. I don't practice online, but all of what you're seeing now is online stuff. After 40 minutes or 30 minutes or 20 minutes getting to my target, usually I'm a little nervous, and I started to realize this. So I went and started spamming the quick mission and honing my skills there with this new plane that I'm trying. Personally, I love it a lot better than Stuka, mainly because it's just got so much more bomb carrying ability. Also, I've learned that hitting the deck is probably my best strategy. As soon as I go up, I'm just goner when it comes to defending against enemy fighters. Sometimes I can go back and forwards, try to turn into them, like right here I should turn left, but I don't really know they're there. I still need a gunner, but that's a work in progress. Every engagement that I get into with a fighter, I'll usually leave them with a fuel leak or oil leak, or I have actually shoot down quite a few now. The more I stay to the deck, and the reasoning is, when they want to boom and zoom me, they can't boom past me because the ground's there, so they have to kind of work it a little bit. And here I start going down because I've got too much damage. I'm learning that the more holes in your plane, obviously it just will not fly anymore. It doesn't matter if your engines are good. I'm experimenting with different camos, because when you're on the deck, this is a hit, I think, yeah. When you're on the deck, here's my example of going high and when I shouldn't. So you go high, you just give them a huge target. I've got to where I can fly like 30 meters off the ground. And I try to survive every encounter. If I'm going down, I try to pull up so my guys can bail out, because there's a point incentive. And actually, I've wrote out several missions where I'm smoking and on fire, and I cut the engine and I feather the engine prop, and I don't blow up for several minutes. I've went 10 or 15 minutes before blowing up. Mainly, you'll just overwork the other engine. So that's another loss. And I think this one's a miss too. I'm learning where to attack online. I'm going for further back targets that are not as defended. Unfortunately, as soon as you fly over one of these or two, or you can fly over any cities or airfields, from my understanding, especially on the Finnish server, is where I usually play. By the way, I play Combat Box and Finnish. If you fly over a town, it notifies the other team, which makes sense because there's people there looking up. I think this is the double miss right here. Oh yeah. So I abandoned. Well, I wasn't really interested in high-level bombing because I would just take the Hinkle. But it's a little complicated with the 60, 70, 50 degree angle. If you're seeing the cockpit of this plane, you'll see a red line go over above you. It doesn't suggest a dive over 50 degree angle. I've done it in 90 degree, but it's just I'm not getting my accuracy like I do when I do level bombing, and I'm always found out before I get there. Here I hit a tree. Boom. So all these videos is a matter of months, maybe a couple months of me trying to get better with this plane. Then you'll start to see successes. I'm starting to fill out, and I've kind of got my strategy for how I want to attack and stuff. I hit the deck. I use a mission planner. I time out my bearings and turns and how long and how fast I'm going, so I don't have to worry about finding myself. And then I go for the back behind the enemy line. Oh, there's a good one. And if you look at the ground, camo is really important. As time goes on, I start to learn to really study what weather it is. Everybody thinks there's just mainly summer, clear, and winter. No, this is fall, obviously. Look at the deciduous trees. So what I'm in right now is like navy colors. See, he's booming and zooming. But he can't boom past me. He has to just come in from my 6, which I have some decently trained gunners because the AI is pretty good on the guns. So I've learned also, I think I'll get this guy actually. He kills me in the end, or I can kind of fly off in the sunset, but he gets it right here in a second. Yep, he knows it's over. He's dead. So you can't just shoot me down, or the JU. You have to be strategic about it. It's armed. But you can tell your gunners to engage at will, ceasefire, medium range, long range. And I thought long range and at will is a good way to tell you if someone's on your 6 or near you. But it's bad because they'll run out of ammo. And if you're to the deck, the enemy has a hard time tracking you. The best way they can track you is a big old tracer line back to you. So if you're trying to evade and you're not really getting hit, ceasefire, or just have them close range only. And I'm not out to kill anybody with the guns in the back. If I ever do man them or have gunners, I just want to deter whoever's trying to kill me. Oh, this is a good one. Dude doesn't even know. What's funny about this is after the bomb blows up, and skipping's a thing, by the way. The angle on where you drop your bomb, you have to plan for a good skip or two. It's like skipping a rock. Anyway, after this bomb blows up, I don't show it here, but you can actually still see this guy walking through the rubble as if nothing's going on. So here's when things start getting good. This is probably my highest point mission. I can fly one sortie and finish doing some of this stuff I'm learning, and get number 2. Depends on how long the server's been going, because they rotate every 5 hours. What's good? I think that was 10 rail cars coming in parallel to them instead of against them. But usually after 1 or 2 sorties, I come second or first in the leaderboards on the server there. I'm by no means in the community that far. And here, I get one right through the door almost. You drop the big bomb before you drop the smaller bomb, for whatever reason. What's really important too is to make sure you tell your system how to drop and when to drop. Like, I was carrying mini bombs and dropping them all at once. It's just a big cluster. If you're going over a bunch of line of convoys or something, you want to, or a bunch of vehicles, see this? You want to spread it out and you can get everything. Common knowledge to some bombers, but it's things I'm learning. And here is where I found my favorite camo for this type of weather. Looks like desert camo, but look at the colors and look at the trees. The dead deciduous and the ferns or whatever, the pines, green. So this is actually a front depot attack on finish, where I'm with my team, which I might probably make a video about this separate, where we're basically annihilate the entire depot except for a few trucks. And what's interesting about playing on this server is that changes the outcome of the front. It's a persistent battle or theater or campaign. I'm learning to size up my ground targets because sometimes it's just too late and you're going after something already dead. Here I dropped 8 bombs, but I dropped them in half because I can control my intervals and my what I'm dropping. You can do the same thing with most bombers, but this gives you a good shotgun effect and can be really good to weed out those final targets. Start with your big bombs and then finish with your small ones. I'm super excited about the new fighter bomber, or light or heavy fighter, where they put just guns on the front. I'm really excited for that. And the guns you see right now is some idiot that joined my plane and got on the gun, and just for some reason decided to fire before every strafe. So that's it, entire front depot. I had help from 109s and F190s, but for the most part, we cleaned them up. Well, anyway, that's my progression with the JU-88A4. Thanks for watching.